Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Sean here. Today I'm going to show you how to optimize a web page. Now, you need to do this regardless if you're using WordPress or not. Even if you make a website with, like, say, Angular, you still have the adaptability to add the raw formats of these plugins and add the code inside of your Angular or in your basic HTML website. You still need to follow these principles and these guidelines when doing this. WordPress provides different post types, as you see over here in the column where my mouse is. It's all these are is different post types, and then they customize these post types to give a different look and feel for, whatever that link is. But altogether, it's just words and links. So either way, we want to do this because Google search engine is built with these very rigorous algorithms. A lot of my followers know that SEO is very important. SEO stands for search engine optimization. Now, what I'm going to show you today is how to optimize a page correctly so that this page gets found. Okay, now first of all, what we're going to do is we're using my client site for our class project. So all of my constituents in class, you'll want to follow along because I've wrote up the assignments for what we're going to need to do to finish this project. So I'm going to use this as the example. Okay, so Frederick Barnes, he's a animation artist. He brings still life animations, and he's got an e-course. So we're going to optimize this page for him. This is actually a product, but we need to do this whether it's a product, whether it's a page, any instance of any type of post type. So if this was a page, we'd still want to do what I'm about to show you. This is a product, so you're going to want to do this. If it's a testimonial, you're going to want to do this. It's all about adding the metadata, and I'm going to show you here in just a second. So how you optimize any page is pretty simple. First of all, what I always do, if you want to go in this in depth and do this, unless you got a keyword list, unless you know the words that people are going to search for, then you're going to want to look them up in Google. Now, this is a full animation e-course that he's selling right here. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that. We're going to go over here to Google. Now, Google search engine that you usually use when you're logged into your account is going to give you unbiased results. Biased results, because you're wanting to use what's called an incognito window. Up here in the top right corner, you can click the three little dots and open what's called an incognito window. Let me blow that up so I can show you real quick. So you get up here in the corner, see, mine's kind of hidden still, but you click up there and then you go to where it says new incognito window. Go ahead and hit that. Now this is where you're going to test keywords at. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and plug that title I put in there just to see what pops up. So when I type in full animation e-course, this is what pops up. I got a couple ads in the way, and then these pop up. Let's see what the search results are. This gets about 2 million hits. Shows you right up here in the search results how many times these keywords together get searched for. So around 2 million. That's good. Anything over 100,000 is good. I try to keep my keywords above 500,000. Anytime I get in the millions, I use them definitely. So this would be a good keyword. Since he's based out of Tampa, let's see what happens when we put Tampa Bay at the end of it. Because now you're designating a city that gives Google a location. Well, it drops to 29,000, which is still a good number, but it puts him in the local market. And now you can see that he's around more localized people, which he has a better chance of actually competing with, as opposed to giant major companies that he probably practice SEO with their websites and their $50,000 a month marketing budgets. So with that being said, I think we'll go ahead and we'll just go with this full animation e-course Tampa. That'll be good. This is how you test out your keywords. Now you can do it in the regular Google search engine, but like I said, you're going to get different results, and I'll show you here. Like you'll see here, the Art Institute of Tampa, those are just ads. You want to go down below the ads, below the fold. So we got elite animationacademy.com here. So let's go ahead and I'll get rid of that, and let's plug this in and see what comes up. See if it might be the same. Alright, so yeah, it is the same in this instance, probably because I don't typically search for animation stuff. But now that I have searched for it, it's going to start throwing me biased results. And they do this so that way they can serve these ads to you. Now you notice there was 5 ads on that last incognito page, and there's only 3 of them here. But regardless, it's a good title. It's hits the local market. Now, if we took Tampa Bay off of it, let's see what happens then. Okay, he's going to be going up against lynda.com, Animation Mentor, Udemy, which these are all major places, the animation school. So it's very unlikely he'll show up on this page. There's a Quora result here, but it's worth a try either way. And you could even, double down on his product. He can create a page specifically for his product and mess with the titles and add Tampa Bay and then add some content about being in Tampa. And he can make a page, put the product on it, and do it that way. It's a good marketing tactic, actually. I use it all the time with a lot of my clients. So let's go back here, and we'll put full animation e-course as his product name. We'll just go ahead and leave it as that. If he wants to put Tampa Bay after it, he can. But if you're doing a page or you're doing any other type of post type, well, if you're building a page, if you're putting images in for a gallery, if you're doing a testimonial, any of this, you're going to want to do what I'm about to show you. Okay, and it's pretty simple. Okay, you put in your title. You make sure you copy this title down here into the permalink. Now, if you don't have access to this permalink, you're going to have to go down here to where it says settings, and you're going to have to go into the permalink section, which I'll go ahead and leave for a second. And you're going to have to go down here and click this where it says custom structure. Any of these preset link types that WordPress has, they're not going to work, and they're not going to enable that. This is the only option that enables that, so you can actually have control over what the link actually says. Now typically WordPress will put a big long character set in here for the post name and the date and all that. I shorten it down and leave it as just the post name. So you can see right here, that's all I do is you put a percentage sign, the word post name, all lowercase, followed by percentage sign. And you got to put the / too because you're building a link. So let's go ahead and go back to where we were at. Alright, well, our content's gone from before, but that's fine because we're going to redo the whole thing. Now, you add the link in here for this product. The permalink's gone, so we can go ahead and we can check all products and see if I save that product. So full animation e-course, there it is right here. I'm going to go ahead and edit that. We have WooCommerce installed, so we can go ahead and add these products. Now, what we're going to do here is, like I said, we add the title. It's in the name of the link. That's vitally important, that whatever the title of your page is acquired in that link. It's very important. Okay, now you can see here how the link's broken up by the URL, and then it says product, and then it says full animation. For a page, it's just going to say the URL, and then / whatever this name would be. But you're going to want to do a page just exactly the same as you're doing this. Now, we'll go ahead and we will add our content. So I got it sitting here already. This is the intermittence of his course. So I'll list his course here, and then the thing you got to know about WordPress pages, when you add an image, you have a section down here to add a product image or a featured image for a page or a post. And if you don't put that in there, then it'll usually go to the page. If I add an image here, let's say I just add this random image that pops up, and I insert that into the post. Alright, now this image will show up as the featured image if I don't add that in here. Alright, so here's step 1. So we want to make sure that you got an image involved, and the reason you're going to do this is because you go up here and you press edit. This alternative text here needs to be filled in. Now the easy way to do that is for all of your images, when you go to your media section, if you just click on them, it says alt text and it gives you a title. This you will want to put in, like I'll put in animation e-learning course online Tampa. This is metadata. This is what Google reads. It eats this stuff. So we want to make sure it's spelled right. Right. A little bit. And then you copy the title into this alt text. Don't give it a caption. Don't give it a description. This is very important for SEO. You want to make sure this is filled in and the title is filled in on each image you use in every page, any post, any product, any testimonial, any type of post type you use. Alright, so now that's filled in. Let's go ahead and insert it back in here. And we'll go ahead and do that. We're good on that. So we got all this done. This is good. We got good content. These are all keywords. Now typically when you're writing a page, you want at least 1,800 words on that page. And you want to break it up into sentences and shorter paragraphs, blocked by images and videos. That's the way you want to do this. We don't have a category for his product here, so I'm going to go ahead and add a new category for him. And we're going to put animation e-course. Now if you're using a post, whatever that post category you might be, so I'm going to make posts. He's going to have post on animation e-courses. That would be the post type. That would be the category you'd want to create. Now up here in the post, it gives you a whole entire section to add categories, as you can see. But regardless, we're going to go ahead and add that in here, and the image is in here, and we'll go ahead and I'll set the product image again. I'll go ahead and just add that same image, which when you're setting products, you usually want something that's more like a product. Makes it look like it's an actual package, which we'll talk about designing one of those another time when we get to doing some design aspects. But well, this is going to take forever to load, so I'll set it later. Either way, set that. Make sure that you got a product in there, product on your page, because like I said, if whatever you add in here, this image right here wasn't what I wanted for the product image, the actual image people look at, well, then whatever's on your page, the first image it reads off your page, that's what's going to show up as your image. Okay? And now you can add product tags here too. Don't go crazy with adding product tags. This can really screw your site up and put you in places you don't want to go. You only want to add like maybe 3-5 product tags at the most. In this case, we're only going to add 1. Okay? And you know, I can go ahead and add Tampa Bay in here, because what this all comes down to is the metadata, the keywords that Google reads. Okay, now the layout settings for this page, I'm just going to go ahead and click the full post type. Now we have Yoast SEO. It's a plugin that I have pre-installed. You can go to the plugin section, add a new one, and install Yoast SEO. Now this plugin puts the metadata where you need it. Now you see here, this is a preview of what a person's going to see when they Google this page and they try to look for it. So they're going to see full animation e-course Frederick Barnes, which that's fine right there. But down here, all you got is like 1, 2, what you'll get in this course. We don't want that. So let's go ahead and you just click where this arrow is and then scroll down here. And what you'll want to do is take this title. You're going to use this title a bunch. You're going to add it right in here. Full animation e-course. And then I'll go ahead and write some information in there until this bar down here turns green. And you want to try to get keywords in this meta description too, because Google does use the keywords from it. And a really awesome plugin to have is called Grammarly. It works everywhere on anything on the internet, and you can spell check everything. It's pretty awesome. So Alright, there we go. Now I'm all green. Alright. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and take this full animation e-course. Now this is my keyword. Now if I had any other words up in here like Tampa Bay or full animation e-course in Tampa Bay Expo or something like that, something that was just, you know, prevalent to this time or era, what you're doing is you're taking the keywords, the main keywords that this is going to be searched for, and you're distributing it into the link, into the images. Now if you have multiple images on this page, they can have different keywords, but you at least want one image to have the same main keywords, and you identify the keyword to the page right down here. It's called your focus keyword. So this would be the focus keyword of the page. Now the program is going to look throughout the page to make sure that this is on there. And you also see down here it's giving me warnings. Okay, it says the focus keyword doesn't appear in the first paragraph of the copy. A meta description has been specified, but it doesn't contain the focus keyword. So let's look at that meta description again. It actually does. So we probably got to save it to read it. It says this text only contains 86 words, hence why I mentioned 1,800 words at least. You want to put 500 to 700 words. 1,800 is what real professional SEO experts like myself write in every page. It's a lot of work, but it's worth it. And no links are in there. That means there's no links in this page that go to any other page within the site, because typically you want to add links. I want to add link to a home page here. So we'll get up here and we'll write a little section in just a minute. But after you add your focus keyword, and you only get to add one keyword. That's why when I usually have long, complex titles that are like a sentence long, I'll take the whole thing and throw it in there. All the words, even the stop words like is and or, those are called stop words, and I throw them all in there. It doesn't matter because it puts all the keywords in there and it searches for them all. But then I make sure that I put that whole entire sentence here and then up here like you're about to see. So you go ahead and click that. So we'll get to this stuff here in just a moment. What else you're going to want to do is you're going to come down here to this little social tab and you're going to want to click this. Alright. Now you're going to put the title in this one, then you're going to click the Twitter up here, and you're going to put a title in that one. Then we're going to go ahead and I'm going to go back and grab that meta description. I'm going to copy that whole entire meta description, and I'm going to go back here and I'm going to put it in the Twitter description, and I'm going to put it in the Facebook description. Then I'm going to put a little bit more detail, so I'm going to put online now. Let's see. I'll put some marketing information in there for them. So I just put in there, learn how to animate like a pro without having to spend 50 grand on a college experience. See, this is a Facebook description. By identifying this information here, and I'm going to upload that image, what I'm doing is I'm setting this page up so whenever this link, the main link here, is shared on Facebook or Twitter, it will show up exactly like how we typed it. That means basically you don't have to write a description in Facebook. You don't have to add any of the other information. All you got to do is share this page and it's ready to go for Facebook. It's ready to go for Twitter. That's what you're doing down here. You're defining that right now. So I'm going to copy this and do the same thing for Twitter. Alright, so I'll go here and then I'll go ahead and upload that image, which we really need a product image. And I'm going to set one. I'm going to go ahead and set the product image here too. I should have designed it before I started this course. But I'll go ahead and add, credits here. Get that in there. And boom. Okay. And we're not going to add any images to the gallery. Now, down here, since this is a product, this is typically where I'd set the price. So you know, $500. Inventory, it's a virtual, so I click virtual. Link products. This is if I want to, you know, add any products to it, which I don't. Attributes, attributes for different variations of the product. So if like you're selling shoes in different colors, you would come here to these attributes and use that. The advanced just gives you notes. So this is where I'd say, if you have any questions, please contact Fred through the contact page. Alright, period. Boom, done. Questions, awesome. Menu order, just leave that to 0. So, and he can put a sell price, and he can add a schedule. You can do everything. Now you're gonna want to come down here and put the product short description. That's that whole description we put in Twitter. I usually like to use that. You kind of want it a little smaller because it's got to sit up here. So I use the keyword, and I'll kind of write something different. Format use cross, and then I'll put learn how to animate like a professional. Bring still images to life. On sale now. I know my spelling is terrible, but the knowledge in my brain is not. So let's go ahead and do that. Why there's this periods though? Professional, still images to life. And we'll comment there. Yeah, we're gonna put that comment back there. Double comment. Alright, cool. So that's pretty much it. You want to make sure that this is a product. You're not going to have this. You're not going to have this for a post or a page or a gallery. So you don't have to worry about this, but now you know how to do it for a product, which a product is more in depth. That's why I wanted to show you the product as opposed to a page and then try to have to explain all that stuff to you. But when you do a page, you're going to cover all of this stuff, and you're going to make sure you add your image. Make sure your image, at least one of the images, has the keyword, which is in the title, and make sure that title is in the link. And now we're going to write a little description down here, which we'll go ahead and we'll go back to grab that from the Twitter post, and we'll go ahead and we will just add this in our page. Now you will see that our little red mark went away. So doesn't, okay, so it is there. See how it says it still hasn't appeared in the first paragraph? Well, it has, and you see that the readability is okay and the SEO needs improvement right here. Let me show you. You guys don't have a great vision of that. So right here on the right side of the screen, the Yoast plugin will show you you know, red, yellow, green light. Pretty simple concept of how the readability is. The readability is important. Google checks to see if your page is structured and reads like a human. If it doesn't read like a human would speak, then you're going to get penalized in Google search algorithm. If your SEO is bad, then you're going to get penalized as well. But sometimes these SEO, you usually want to get it on a yellow, because for a product, you're not going to add 1,800, you know, you're not going to add 1,800 words with, you know, make this thing fully keyword rich, and you're not writing a post. And that's what it's geared for. It's not geared for products or galleries or testimonials or anything else. So in this case, it doesn't matter. But on a post and a page, you always want these green lights all the way. And you're going to have to sit there and play around with it until you figure it out. But the main points I just showed you was to get this title, this keyword. Now, if I just wanted to put animation e-course instead and leave out the word full, then I would put just animation e-course. That's my only keyword. But if it was an animation e-course plus video editing in in like Sony Vegas or something. There's all kinds of keywords in there, because Sony Vegas, that's a keyword. Video editing is a keyword. All right, animation e-course. That's why I suggested I would just grab this whole entire thing and I would put it in here into this title, to this, or I'm sorry, to this URL link. I would make sure that that is in the alternative text in one of my images at least, and then I would distribute it down here in the Yoast section of the page as the focus keyword, cornerstone article, the meta description, and then I'd add to it to get the green light across, and then I would go ahead and distribute it over here to the social sections. Now this third section down here is advanced. This is for different types of pages that are the same. So like if I was to add one of those pages and put Tampa Bay, and then I made another one that said Sarasota, you have what's called a canonical URL. This URL is basically the permalink of where the page should point. And typically you'd want to do this too if you had a lot of images or you don't want people copying your content, because you add your link to the page here. Like I grabbed the link that I built up there and I add it here, and then when anybody copies this page, the link goes with it. So that way Google knows if somebody copies your stuff onto their site or anything, then they know it's from your site. This is how it's done right here. And this up here, the meta robots follow, this tells the Google bots whether to follow your page or not. And of course we want it followed, but you typically just leave this alone, especially for a product. I don't even mess with this for pages and posts. I mean, because you really want your content getting out there, and you build links inside this. So I would build a link to the home page here. So let's go ahead and I'll select Frederick Barnes here, and first of all I'll go up here and I'll add the URL. So I'll grab this whole first section of the URL, okay, and then I'll select this word right here, Frederick Barnes, and then I'll go ahead and click the link up here, insert a link, and then I'll throw that first section of the URL, which this is just to the home page, and I'll add that in here. Now he's got one. You typically, on any page, any post, you want at least 25 links going to different pages on your site. You want minimum 10. Alright, 10 is like the bare minimum you need to have through your page. Now for a product like this, one will do fine because it's a product. Alright, you don't need a bunch of links going out of it. It would help, but I'm not going to sit here and do that in this case. But the more internal links, that means this link goes to the home page. If I selected this right here, made it go to the about page, or this one go to the terms and conditions page, or this one go to whatever other page, then yeah, you build links out of all these words, and all you gotta do is select the words and add the link. And you can look up online how to do that, how to hard code it, because if you were gonna actually do the text, you can see up here that you would actually have to add an ahref tag around the text, and then this Frederick Barnes would actually be your keyword that Google sees wrapped around the link, and that's what it really checks for. So regardless, he's got a link in here. This page is totally optimized, this product. So now I'll go ahead and I'll put our title back to where it belongs, publish it, and that is it. This is how you optimize a page. This is what you need to do. So remember the several steps. Grab that title, distribute it everywhere, put it in the link, pictures, images, first paragraph, fill in all the Yoast stuff down here, and if you're doing a product, then go ahead and add it down here as well. Other than that, that's it. You guys have a great week, and we'll talk to you next time.